Some students think that speaking English fluently means that a person is able to speak for a long time in English, but that's not true. Instead, English fluency is all about your ability to organize your thoughts like a native English speaker. That's right. No matter what the topic is, you should be able to organize your thoughts in an easy and clear way so that the person listening to you can understand and also follow along. So what about relationships? When you want to speak about relationships, this topic in English, and you want to speak fluently, you need to talk about 3 specific things. So we're going to talk about these 3 things in today's lesson. I'm teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. All right, so let's get started. Step number 1, you need to describe the people or person. Again, remember the topic is relationships. In order to speak fluently about relationships, you must first start by describing the people or the person. So let's say you want to talk about your best friend. You need to give some background information that will give the listener a better understanding of who your best friend is. So for example, my best friend, I can tell you a little bit about her. My best friend and I have been friends since we were in elementary school. But if I were to describe her to you, I would say she's a shy person, but she loves people. She also loves sports. She loves spending time with her family, and she also loves God. So what happened? Now you're getting a better picture in your mind of my friend. That's what you need to do. Start off the conversation. Start talking about the relationship by giving the listener the ability to create a mental picture. That's what happens when you do step 1. Describe the person. Tell a little bit more about the person, some details about them, right? Now, you can do the same thing about a group of people. Let's say, for example, you want to talk about your classmates or your coworkers, right? So give some details about your classmates or your coworkers. Now, I'll pick coworkers, right? At your job, maybe there are a lot of people, but you work with a specific group. Maybe they're all hard workers. Maybe they love to laugh. And maybe they also are very dedicated to their job. So again, you're giving background information to describe those people. That's step 1. Now, step 2 is also very important. You need to give 3 characteristics of your current relationship. Now we're connecting you to those people or that person. So you start talking about your relationship with those individuals. So for example, I mentioned my best friend, right? So now I need to tell you about our connection, right? About our friendship currently. So I can say we are really focused on trust. We're focused on dedication, and we're also focused on having fun. Like, we're very honest with each other and we enjoy having fun. So I'm giving you some more details about our relationship. And I can go into more details by telling you some stories about how we laugh so hard we start crying, or how we spend time together playing basketball even as adults. Again, what you want to do in step 2 is give some more information about your connection with this individual or with those people. And let's say, for example, you want to talk about your coworkers. Now give 3 characteristics of your relationship with your coworkers. So I can say, my coworkers and I, we really get along well. We enjoy going out to lunch together. And the 3rd thing we enjoy is spending time together on the weekends. So you can see, even though they're your coworkers, you're very close to them. They have become your close friends. And you can see that as a listener because I've given you 3 characteristics of our current relationship, right? Now, step 3 is also very important. In step 3, in order to speak fluently about relationships, you need to talk about the future of your relationship. How you think this relationship will develop as time goes on. As time goes by, will you get closer? Will you kind of stray away or drift apart? So, for example, I can talk about my best friend. Now, we've been friends since we were in elementary school, but we're still friends now. And for the future, I can say, when I get married, she's going to be in my wedding. She is so close to me, I know that I want her to be a part of that special day. So what's happening? By me telling you about the future, about the wedding that I'm going to have and how my best friend is going to be in the wedding, you're able to understand the level of my relationship with my best friend. Makes sense, right? So again, the third step is so important. Now with your colleagues, again, I told you in the middle that we hang out after work. We have lunch together. We're very diligent and dedicated to our assignments. I can say in the future, even if we work at different companies and we leave our current company, we will still stay in contact. And what am I showing you? I'm showing you that I want to keep this relationship strong with my coworkers. It makes sense, right? So again, speaking English fluently about a relationship, it's not about the length of time that you're speaking for. Instead, it's about including these three parts. First, describe the people or the person. Second, describe your current relationship by giving 3 characteristics. And third, talk about the future of your relationship. Now again, when you do these 3 things, the person listening to you will feel that you are fluent in English because you were able to explain and describe the relationship in such a very clear and concise way. The person, the people, describing them. Second, your current relationship. And finally, the future of your relationship. This is what you need to do to speak English fluently and confidently about your relationships. Now, everything I taught you today came from my ebook, How to Pass the IELTS Speaking Exam. So if you want to learn more, you can also check out the ebook, How to Pass the IELTS Speaking Exam. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so honored to be your teacher. I will talk to you next time. But as always, remember to speak English. You still there? You know what time it is. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right, guys. So today I want to tell you about one of my most treasured relationships. That's right. One of my closest friends. I met her when I was living in South Korea. Now, she and I have been friends for a long time, but let me kind of tell you about her personality. Let me describe her. You caught that, right? So her name is Catherine. Her English name is Catherine. And Catherine is an extremely hard worker. She's very intelligent and she also loves her students. So when we were at the same institute, I always heard about how much her students loved her. They would follow her. No matter what class she taught, they would register because they wanted to study with her. She was such an amazing teacher and she's still a really good teacher. Now, for us, we became friends during a teacher's retreat, and she and we had been working together prior to the retreat, but I say we became friends at the retreat because something happened during that time. So prior to that, again, we were coworkers, we'd have a good time together, go out to eat with other coworkers, but we didn't necessarily have a close, one-on-one relationship. During the retreat, though, it was myself, Catherine, and another one of my friends named Rebecca. She's also Korean. And we were all staying in the same room. So it was a Saturday night and we were just talking about life and different things. And it was a great conversation. But I just remember us talking about something and then we both started laughing at the same thing. Now, I'm a very fun person. I love to laugh. I love to spend time with my friends and my family. But when we started laughing, it's like I saw what is the word? Not the real side, but I saw a different side of her. That's what happened. It went from being coworker to, hey, you're a cool person. I could see myself hanging out with you. And honestly, we laughed so much that night. Now, me and Rebecca were already close and we're still close to this day. I helped her in her wedding. I was the translator in Rebecca's wedding. So me and Rebecca were already close. But then at this point in time, me and Catherine suddenly started to get closer. And fast forward, literally, Catherine is one of my closest friends. And when I get married, I'd like her to be in my wedding too. And of course, Rebecca, So here's the thing. That one situation, we went on that retreat where I actually saw, hey, she's not just a coworker. She's a good friend. We can have a good time together. That was kind of the start of our friendship because we were able to relate to each other. And since that time, literally, I spent time with her husband, her daughter. I went to their house when I was in Korea. And even when I failed my exam, you guys remember I told you about failing my Korean exam for my master's degree 2 times in a row, how difficult that was. And the second time I failed, I was distraught. I didn't know what to do. I felt bad, but I didn't show my emotions. When I went to work, I just kind of kept teaching. And she approached me and she said, "Hey, Tiff, how are you?" I said, "I'm fine. Everything's okay." And I literally remember this like it was yesterday, sitting at the desk and I was typing in some grades for my students. And she said, "Tiff, what happened with the test?" And it was like a floodgate opened. Tears just streamed down my face. And I was telling her how bad I felt. And she just listened, she put her hand on my shoulder and she said, "It's okay. It's okay." And I really needed that at that moment because I was in Korea away from my family. I had a lot of close friends, but I didn't necessarily want to cry and say, "Hey, I can't believe I didn't pass," and I felt bad, but I was able to open up to her when she asked me what happened. And I realized how special she was to me that I was able to release. That showed me that, oh, this person is super, super important to me. So yes, Catherine and I developed our friendship over time. And right now, our current relationship, we both live in different countries, of course, and we talk to each other every once in a while because she's busy and I'm busy, but our relationship is still very close. So when she messages me, she'll send me maybe a nice piece of art to look at because she likes art as well, or I'll call her on the phone and we'll talk about her family and what's going on. And we talk also about, God too, because we both love God. So our relationship is really good. And in the future, again, I told you I do want her to be in my wedding. I really love her and her family, and I'm really blessed to have her as a friend. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this story about how our relationship developed. I'm sure you guys have stories about your own friends and how you guys became friends. Please feel free to share your stories with us in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to join my family, our family, and become a part of the Speak English with Tiffani Academy, all you have to do is go to letsjumprightin.com. I'll see you all next time. Have an amazing day. All right.